Okay, and you want to like how I would personally answer, or do you want me to like kind of try to be like very like?
Honestly, just an honest answer. Like whatever comes to you first, naturally, like right out the gate. And then if you want to redo any, just let me know, and then we can redo some.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, bet.
I'm gonna start with. All right. What does bodybuilding mean to you?
Bodybuilding, at least for me, just found a way to like push through, like 1,000%. You know, for somebody who's like physically disabled and already like set off with life with just so many limitations, it's like, it just is so good for me to like totally express myself and like open new doors and just, you know, push myself. Do you need longer answers?
No.
And do you need me to take a break after? Because sometimes I'll like talk right after and
If you
then.
feel more comfortable with, just go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah. I guess this
is
is.
stuff out.
Yeah.
So if you, like I said, if you want to redo one, go ahead by all means. But it can be as long or as short as you want.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one. So, could you explain like your disability and how it affects you on a day-to-day basis?
So I actually have an undiagnosed disability. So doctors assume that it's, here, let's do that again. I accidentally peeped at the camera. I accidentally do that. So I was actually born with an undiagnosed condition, which means doctors don't know what it is. And they like assume it's just something neurological, and it's like, I don't know, like I've had brain surgery, I've had multiple different surgeries. We still don't know what it is, but I don't know. If I were to word it out, you gotta imagine if your hamstrings were just tight 24/7. So like I can go home and still walk without my canes. Like sometimes I like touch on a wall and stuff, but like I could walk without my canes. I just, when it's longer distance or in public, like the canes definitely just help with like balancing and stuff, so I can just keep on going. But I mean, other than that, like it doesn't really affect me too much. Like I don't even skip legs. Some parts of my legs don't work though, so like can't do hamstring curls or like my calves. So like I drive differently as well. Do you like want like each specific thing that I do differently, or just like in general like?
No, specifically.
No?
Yeah.
So like I drive differently. Like I have a little wheel, we could show it. We have like a little wheel inside of my wheel. So it's just like driving in like Mario Kart. Dang, I have never really thought about what I've had to do differently. I don't know, kind of getting out of the shower is a little weird. That might be TMI. I mean, it definitely just does affect me with like certain things that I can do though. So it's like certain activities like hiking or like going on walks, or even just like sometimes doing other fun stuff. Like it was a couple weeks ago, but like I got invited to like Dave & Buster's, like, and I was just like, oh, like sure I would go, but just like in the back of my mind, assuming it's like, okay, well you're gonna have to like find a seat, or you're gonna have to like be prepared to sweat a lot, or it's like a bunch of other stuff like that. And then like school, like I've been having a little bit of issues with school because it's like I'm so much more prone to take an online class because it's just like, oh, like I can just get on the class. Like I don't have to go walk to class and get all tired and exhausted. So I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because we'd be here all day, but you guys kind of get the idea where it's like any just most physical, like I don't let it take fully control. Like there's still physical things I do. And I would say like I'm pretty abled for a disabled person, but just like, yeah, I don't know. It was good, yeah?
Moving on to the next one.
Okay.
Do you feel as if people supported you growing up?
Oh, for sure. I mean, maybe there was like a little hiccup. Like the only time I could ever think is when I was in elementary school and there were just like some kids like, oh, we don't want to play with you. But I mean, other than that, like I don't even think I should have mentioned that, because it's just like, it's always been overwhelming support. Like from my trainer, from my parents, from my family. Like never once has somebody told me to like not go to the gym. Like nobody's ever told me like I'm never gonna make it, which sucks because that's like kind of like the vibe of this video is like forge and failure, like fail. But it's like, no man, I've been so blessed to have like just the greatest people surrounding me, and it's like it truly has like helped, because it's like, man, I don't know where I'd be if I never got that type of support, especially from my trainer. Like he genuinely cared so much, and he just was so supportive. He maybe didn't act like it, but for sure I've always had support. You gotta let me know if some of these answers aren't correct, because sometimes I'll go on little tangents and I won't be concise. Yeah?
Just do your thing.
Yeah.
What's one thing they said you'll never be able to do, but prove them wrong?
This one's gonna be a good one. So I wish I could have my grandpa or my mom explain this one, but it was when I was getting surgery. It was my biggest surgery. It was a 3-part surgery. I was like bedridden for like 3 months. Like it was very serious. Like I got 3/4 of an inch of my femur removed, like very big procedure. And I remember it was me, my mom, and my grandpa were like kind of talking about it before the procedure went through. And it was like, oh, like here's what's gonna happen, like in your procedure, and here's what's gonna happen after. So they essentially like explained everything, and they said like after when you're done, like you may be able to walk, but like that's really about it. And I was just like, I don't know, like I said, I can't explain this too well, but I said something like, oh, like can I run? And she's like, probably not. Like you can probably only walk. But I was like, oh, like if I can walk, I can run. And so it was something like that. I didn't make it as powerful, but I don't know, maybe we need to get a clip of me running in here. It looks a little goofy, but that's just something like that. Or I don't know, I bet there's always kind of been like, especially when I started, like people like where it's always like the aw, like some little disabled kid, like, you know, it's just like, I see it with like some other disabled people. I'm just like, oh, like, dang, bro. So it's like, it's not necessarily somebody telling me I can't do something, but sometimes when you get that, you get the vibe where it's like, oh, like, you know, it's like, this is kind of it for me. So I feel like maybe like, I don't know, like anytime I'm in the gym, like I always get looks and I always forget because it's like, I'm disabled. But like, I don't know, most people that are disabled don't really go and like push through the links like that. So I feel like, granted, I've never been told that like, I can't bodybuild or I can't do this or I can't whatever. It's like, I feel like even then by me doing it, like I've already proved some people wrong like that. That never would have guessed. But I mean, maybe that's just presumptuous of me to say. Boy, are you sure? Are you sure?
Serious, yeah, I would.
Cause here's the thing, bro.
I'm not a liar.
If I'm Doctor Strange and I'm looking into all these universes, bro, I can't imagine when we're like, bro, that was horrible. Like, do it again. Like, you're just too sweet, bro. I'm such a glazer, bro. I'm glazing you.
Has failure opened more doors for you? If so, explain.
Oh, for sure. I guess this isn't like a fail, but when my trainer passed away, I've had a trainer since I was 5 years old. I trained with him for over a decade. He passed away, and that was kind of like my failure. It was like, what do I do from here? Like, I feel like I'm just in this rut, like I can't do anything. And I just really had to like carry on his will almost, because it's like, he just did this all for me, like all these years. Like he taught me the discipline. He taught me like how to be in a gym and how to be with all these people. And so it's like, I definitely think that was one way I pushed through failures. Just bodybuilding for sure. And like going to the gym and like being dependent, because my whole life definitely did not have that.
And that leads me to my next question is, what is one message that you really want people to know? Something that like signifies you?
Yeah, anything is possible, 1000%. I don't know, maybe I don't get out too much, but you don't really see a lot of disabled people working out. And when you do, it's already very inspiring. So I would say definitely anything is possible, 1000%. As corny as it sounds, you'll hear it a lot, but I think with enough like willpower, dedication, determination, discipline, whatever, you know, like all these words that essentially are the same thing. It's like, I don't know. I think if you want it bad enough, you could for sure do it. So I don't know. Oh, should we maybe do another one? I feel like I could give a better answer. Let me see what I wrote for Kev, because I remember when I was typing some, I'm like, ooh, like I'm cooking. What did I say for that? Are you reading out this?
Yo, yeah, you are. I was gonna say, you want me to get you stretched?
Or I mean, you could just like right here. There are also rolling mats if you want, like the rollers. So one thing that I think that just everybody should know is that limitations are often just opportunities in disguise. So, you know, for me, when I've had these physical limitations since the day I was born, you know, a lot of people would just stop there and not really, you know, try to do anything, because it's like, man, you're disabled with an undiagnosed condition. Like you have no idea what to do. So a pretty big chunk of my life, I was just like, oh, like, I don't know what to do. Like I was scared of growing up. Like I didn't know what I was going to do for work. Like, you know, I just really thought things were over for me. But, you know, I just found that opportunity was really just a disguise. You know, I started lifting, started doing it more, fell in love with it. You know, whatever I was insecure about, I totally turned it around and made it something that I'm proud. So I would say for sure, like your limitations, like I would always, I don't know, I don't want to say 100%, but like are just opportunities in disguise. Like I think if there's a limitation, like you can get through it. So.